Once upon a time, in a kingdom far away, there lived a princess named Snow White. She had long black hair that shimmered like silk, skin as fair as snow, and eyes so big and gentle that everyone who saw her felt warmth in their hearts. Snow White lived in a grand castle with her stepmother, the Queen, who was proud and vain. The Queen possessed a magical mirror, and every day she would ask it, "Mirror, mirror, on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" One day the mirror replied, "Snow White is the fairest." And the Queen's heart filled with jealousy. Fearing that Snow White would surpass her beauty, the Queen hatched a plan to remove her from the kingdom. Snow White, gentle and kind, sensed no danger. She wandered through the forest, picking flowers, singing to the birds, and laughing with joy. Suddenly the Queen's plan unfolded, and Snow White had to flee deeper into the forest. As the sun began to set, she discovered a small, charming cottage. Curious and weary, she peeked inside and found 7 tiny beds, 7 tiny chairs, and 7 tiny plates. Exhausted, she fell asleep, feeling safe and sheltered in this new place. The next morning, the 7 dwarfs returned from their work in the mountains. They were small, colourful, and full of cheerful energy, each one easily recognized by his brightly coloured shirt and pointed hat. When they saw Snow White sleeping peacefully, their eyes widened with wonder. They had never met someone so kind and gentle. Snow White woke to their friendly faces, and they all shared laughter and stories, quickly becoming inseparable friends. Time passed, and Snow White helped the dwarfs keep their home tidy and cozy. She cooked, sang, and even told stories to the animals in the forest. The cottage was filled with warmth, laughter, and friendship. Meanwhile, the Queen, still consumed by jealousy, discovered that Snow White was alive. She tried once more to harm her, disguising herself and bringing a poisoned apple. Snow White, trusting and curious, took a bite and fell into a deep, magical sleep. The dwarfs were heartbroken, carrying her gently to a crystal coffin in the middle of the forest, surrounded by flowers and the soft glow of sunlight filtering through the trees. They watched over her day and night, their hearts full of love and hope. Then one bright morning, a kind and brave prince arrived, guided by tales of Snow White's beauty and goodness. Seeing her peacefully resting, he leaned forward and placed a gentle kiss upon her forehead. In that moment, Snow White opened her eyes, her smile lighting up the forest. Joy filled the cottage. The dwarfs cheered, and the forest animals danced around them. Snow White and the prince celebrated with laughter and happiness, surrounded by their dear friends, the 7 dwarfs, who clapped and sang with delight. And so, Snow White lived in peace, kindness, and love, never forgetting the friends who had protected her. The Queen's jealousy faded into a distant memory, replaced by the warmth of forgiveness and understanding. From Snow White's story, we learn that kindness, courage, and true friendship can overcome jealousy and danger. That love is gentle, patient, and that sometimes even the smallest friends can change the world. And that beauty comes not from vanity, but from the heart that loves and cares for others.